Alright, what's up, people? Let's talk numbers. Big numbers. Like really, really big numbers. The kind of numbers that make your high school math teacher sweat. We're talking about the global Muslim population, which is set to grow faster than any other major religious group in the coming years. Think of it like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but for demographics. Every year, there's a new blockbuster sequel, and the cast just keeps getting bigger. By 2030, we're looking at nearly 2.2 billion Muslims worldwide. That's a whole lot of people trying to find the Qibla on Google Maps. So, what's the secret sauce? What's fueling this demographic boom? It's not a secret energy drink or a viral TikTok challenge. It's a powerful 1-2 punch high fertility rates and a massive youth population. In many Muslim-majority countries, the median age is incredibly low. We're talking about nations with more people under 30 than over. It's like the entire country is a college campus, and the main major is making more people. This youthful energy means the population has a built-in momentum that will keep it growing for decades, even if fertility rates start to dip. It's a demographic dividend, and the returns are about to pop off. Now, this growth isn't happening uniformly. It's not spread out like peanut butter on toast. Certain countries are about to see their populations skyrocket. These are the epicenters of demographic change, the global hotspots where the future is being born, literally. So I did the research, I crunched the numbers, dove into the data, and probably drank way too much coffee. And now, I'm ready to drop the knowledge. Here are the top 10 countries where the Muslim population is set to increase the most by 2030. Buckle up, because the world map is about to get a major update. Alright, let's kick things off with a plot twist that would make M. Night Shyamalan proud. Coming in at number 1 is India. I know you were expecting a Muslim-majority country, right? But here's the thing, when you have a population of 1.4 billion people, even a minority group is massive. India is already home to over 200 million Muslims, making it the third largest Muslim population on Earth. They're not just a small community, they are a nation within a nation. It's like having the entire population of Nigeria living inside your borders. That's the scale we're dealing with here. So, how does India top this list? It's a simple, powerful formula. A colossal existing population base combined with a fertility rate that, while declining, is still higher among Muslims compared to other communities in the country. This means that by 2030, India is projected to add another 30 million Muslims. That's like adding the entire population of modern-day Saudi Arabia in less than a decade. This isn't just a small bump, it's a seismic demographic shift that will make India home to the single largest Muslim population in the world, surpassing Indonesia. Think about that. The largest Muslim population on the planet will be a minority in their own country. Next up, we're heading to the giant of Africa, Nigeria. This place is an absolute demographic juggernaut. Nigeria is basically the definition of youthful energy. The median age here is a staggering 18 years old. 18! That means half the country can't even legally watch an R-rated movie in America. It's a nation of young people, and that youthful base is the engine for some serious growth. Nigeria currently has around 100 million Muslims, roughly half its total population, but that balance is set to shift dramatically. Get ready for this number. By 2030, Nigeria is expected to add over 25 million new Muslims. That's more than the entire population of Australia. The primary driver here is one of the highest fertility rates on the planet. This isn't just about population growth. It's about a fundamental reshaping of the country's religious landscape. This rapid expansion will have massive implications for everything from politics and economics to culture in West Africa and beyond. Nigeria isn't just growing, it's exploding, and its vibrant young Muslim community is right at the heart of that explosion. For decades, when you thought largest Muslim country, you thought of one place, Indonesia. This sprawling archipelago of over 17,000 islands is the current heavyweight champion, with more than 230 million Muslims. That's a title they've held with pride. But just because they're at the top doesn't mean they've stopped growing. Indonesia is like the Tom Brady of Muslim populations. It's been dominant for a long time, and it's still putting up huge numbers. They're not slowing down, they're just getting a new wave of talent. The story here is, once again, The youth. Indonesia has a massive population of young people ready to start families, creating a powerful demographic momentum. Even though their fertility rate has been managed well and is lower than some others on this list, their sheer size means even modest growth translates into huge numbers. By 2030, Indonesia is projected to add another 16 million Muslims to its population. That's like adding the entire country of the Netherlands. They might lose the #1 spot to India, but make no mistake, Indonesia remains a global center of the Muslim world, and its influence will only continue to grow. Now, let's head over to Pakistan, a country whose very name means land of the pure. With a population that's 96% Muslim, Islam is deeply woven into the national identity. Pakistan is another demographic titan, currently home to nearly 200 million Muslims, putting it neck and neck with India for the second spot globally. And just like its neighbors, Pakistan's future is overwhelmingly young. A huge portion of its population is under the age of 25, creating what demographers call a youth bulge. This isn't a problem. It's a promise of future growth. This youth bulge, combined with a persistently high fertility rate, means Pakistan is on a trajectory for massive expansion. By 2030, the country is set to add more than 20 million Muslims. That's like creating two whole new Swedens. This growth presents both incredible opportunities and significant challenges for the country. It's a massive new generation of consumers, innovators, and workers. But it also puts immense pressure on infrastructure, education, and the job market. How Pakistan harnesses the energy of this young, growing population will define its future for the 21st century. Let's talk about the unsung hero of South Asian demographics, Bangladesh. Often overshadowed by its massive neighbors, India and Pakistan, Bangladesh is a population powerhouse in its own right. With over 160 million Muslims packed into a country smaller than the state of Iowa, it's one of the most densely populated nations on Earth. What's incredible about Bangladesh is that it has achieved remarkable success in reducing its fertility rate over the past few decades, a model for many developing nations. But here's the kicker. Even with lower fertility rates, the growth is baked in. Because of past decades of high growth, Bangladesh has an enormous cohort of young people. This is the power of demographic momentum. The parents of the next generation have already been born. As this huge group of young Bangladeshis enters their reproductive years, the population will continue to climb. By 2030, Bangladesh is expected to add another 14 million Muslims. That's a testament to the fact that once the demographic train leaves the station, it keeps rolling for a long, long time. From South Asia, we fly over to the cradle of civilization, Egypt, home to the pyramids, the Sphinx, and a population that is 95% Muslim. For thousands of years, Egypt's lifeblood has been the Nile River. In the 21st century, its lifeblood is its people. With a population of over 100 million, Egypt is the most populous country in the Arab world, a true regional heavyweight. Its cultural and political influence resonates across the Middle East and North Africa, and that influence is set to grow. Egypt's population is expanding at a rapid clip, projected to add another 10 million Muslims by 2030. What's driving this? You guessed it. High fertility rates, especially in the rural areas of Upper Egypt. The government is actively trying to promote family planning, but cultural norms and traditions mean that large families are still common. This constant growth puts a strain on resources like water and jobs, but also ensures that Egypt will remain a dominant cultural and demographic force in the region for the foreseeable future. Let's move north to a country that literally straddles two continents, Turkey. A nation at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, Turkey has a rich history and a complex modern identity. It's home to nearly 80 million Muslims, and its unique geopolitical position gives it an outsized influence on the world stage. For a while, Turkey's population growth was slowing, looking more like its European neighbors. But things are changing. The projection for Turkey is an increase of about 5 million Muslims by 2030. This growth is fueled by a combination of factors. First, there's a newfound emphasis on family values that has nudged fertility rates up slightly. Second, and more significantly, is migration. Turkey has become a major destination for refugees and migrants from across the Muslim world, particularly from Syria. This influx of people, many of whom are young and have families, is contributing directly to the country's population growth, adding a new layer to Turkey's already diverse cultural fabric. Now for a country that presents a fascinating paradox: Iran. In the years after the 1979 revolution, Iran had one of the highest birth rates in the world. The government actively encouraged large families. Then, in a stunning reversal, it launched one of the most effective family planning programs ever seen, and fertility rates plummeted, now ranking among the lowest in the Middle East. So, you'd think the growth would stop, right? Wrong. This is the ghost of demographics past. Because of that earlier population boom, Iran now has a massive youth population. The children of the revolution are now the adults of today. Even if they have smaller families than their parents did, there are simply so many of them that the population will inevitably continue to grow for years to come. This demographic echo will add an estimated 6 million Muslims to Iran's population by 2030. It's a powerful lesson in how the demographic decisions of one generation shape the destiny of the next one, creating a growth trajectory that's almost impossible to stop overnight. Let's head to the heart of the Arabian Peninsula, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As the custodian of Islam's two holiest cities, Mecca and Medina, Saudi Arabia holds a special place in the Muslim world. For decades, its global influence was powered by oil. But now a new resource is becoming just as important: its people. The kingdom currently has a population of around 32 million Muslims, but that number is set to climb significantly. By 2030, Saudi Arabia is projected to add 5 million more Muslims. This growth comes from two main sources. First, a high domestic birth rate among the native Saudi population, which is also very young. The government's Vision 2030 plan is all about diversifying the economy and creating opportunities for this growing youth cohort. Second is migration. The country relies on millions of expatriate workers, many of whom are Muslims from South Asia and other parts of the Middle East. This combination of homegrown growth and migration is transforming Saudi Arabia from just an oil state into a growing demographic hub. Last but not least, we land in Algeria, the largest country in Africa by land area. With a population that is nearly 100% Muslim, Algeria's national identity is inextricably linked with its faith. After a difficult civil war in the 1990s, the country has stabilized and is now experiencing a significant demographic resurgence. Its population is growing at one of the fastest rates in the entire Arab world, a sign of renewed stability and optimism for the future. This rapid growth is projected to add another 4 million Muslims to Algeria's population by 2030. The key driver is a sustained high fertility rate combined with a young population structure. More than half of all Algerians are under the age of 30. This demographic boom is positioning Algeria to become an even more influential player in North Africa and the Mediterranean. As its population swells, so too will its economic and cultural footprint, making it a country to watch closely in the coming decade. So there you have it. From the crowded streets of Delhi to the shores of Algeria, a massive demographic story is unfolding. The numbers are staggering, but the story behind them is simple and deeply human. It's a story about youth, family, and faith. The key factors driving this incredible growth are a powerful combination of youthful demographics and high fertility rates. In countries across Asia and Africa, a youth bulge has created a wave of demographic momentum that will reshape our world for decades to come. This isn't a forecast, it's a certainty that is already locked in. But it's not just about births. Migration also plays a crucial role, weaving new threads into the social fabric of countries like Turkey and Saudi Arabia, adding layers of diversity and dynamism. And as these nations grow, their economies must evolve to support them. Economic development isn't just a goal, it's a necessity to provide jobs, education, and opportunities for these tens of millions of new citizens. The pressure is on. but the potential is immense. This is the next generation of global consumers, innovators, and leaders. By 2030, the world will look different. The centers of global power and influence will continue to shift. These 10 countries, with their surging populations, will be at the forefront of that change, shaping the global demographic landscape in profound ways. The future of the 21st century is being written not in the old power centers of the West, but in the vibrant, young, and rapidly growing nations of Asia and Africa. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because the world is changing fast, and we'll be here to break it all down for you.